I'm going to get started. So what I'm going to show you, this is one of the items that we are featuring this week. So you'll both see us playing with these. I think Anne-Marie is, or maybe not anymore. But party banners dies. So look at these dies. You get 14 great dies. You'll see I have mine numbered over here. It's just easier for me so that I could, when I'm creating, so I can write down what size I use. So I number mine 1 through 14, and 1 is my largest down to the smallest. So you get 14 banner dies in here. These little nodule things that cut out, that is what you would put in the corners if you're going to make a banner to string and hang. And then these little circle doodads are just extra reinforcements to put on top of these holes. So if I were to do that, I would maybe cut this out of a heavy cardstock. Don't mind my nails, that looks horrible. Heavy cardstock, and then maybe add some chipboard or something just to reinforce that as you string that through. So I'm going to show you. So you see how these will cut out if you, the banner would be that size, but I'm going to show you, you can extend these and make them as long or as short as you want. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to put my layout together, and I'll walk you through how to make a banner type card. So let me just show you my inspiration. So this is a banner card. I made it like an eclipse card, right? We all know there's so many of these videos out there online, but this was made using, I think it was number 4, size 4 banner, or 5. I think it's this one. Nope, that's too small. Maybe it's this one. So I'm going to show you. Nope. See, I should have had them out, but I did have them out, but then I wanted to show you. Yeah, it's that one. I wanted to show you all 14 of them together. So I'll show you, I'll just walk you through, if you did pick up this banner set, how to make a card like this. So you can do portrait or landscape. So that's kind of cool. And then here's a layout that I made. Also, the bundle comes with the alphabet dies. These are awesome. Look at the size of those. I think they're 2 1/4. Yeah, those are 2 1/4. So I just did some ink blending and splattering on those, and look at all the banners. So I know we can create banners, right? It's super easy to make the snip on each corner, but this was just fun to make all different sizes. And then this is my right side of my page. Sorry, my camera's down pretty low, so not to make anybody sick. So I put fun here, so some are fun. So it's just a fun layout, and I use Friends of the Ocean for this, but really just to show you the banners there. Okay, so first I want to talk to you about what these banners do. So if I wanted to make a really long banner, right? So I'm using this piece of paper, and say I wanted to use this die. I want to make a nice big die, but I want it to be longer than, this is about 6 inches, right? For my layout, I need a 9 inch. I want a 9 inch, a 7 inch, a 6 inch, just, I mean, on and on and on and on, right? But just for the sake of the video, I'll show you how to make one, and then we'll cut a few of them out. So I would just use, this is a piece of 12-inch cardstock. This is cut at about 6 1/2, right? All I'm gonna do is the point is just to have the edge of the banner just hang off your cardstock. That's it. And then you'll have, I'm sorry, that's if we wanted to cut it the card. I'm getting confused, ignore me. Reverse. If we want to make it long, we shimmy this all the way down to the edge of our paper. Right. Get it together, Stacy. The edge of our paper. So what I do is I'll take a piece of washi, and I will just put this right there where I want it. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is, as I'm running this through my die machine, I'm going to either stop before it fully cuts all the way through, or what I like to do is just put my plate down a little bit. So I'm going to bring in my machine here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I have my plates, my sandwiches set up, 1 plate, 2 plate, and then I will put in my die with my paper, and then plate 3 on top. So that's the sandwich. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to hang a little bit off So see, I'm just hanging off a little bit. Or you would have to ensure you don't cut all the way through if you want to keep yours just regular on your platform, right? If that makes sense. So I'm going to slide up a little bit and I'm just going to hang off my platform. Let me just sandwich this together and then I'll flip it over. Okay, so here's my sandwich. All right, can you see it under there? No, I don't have it enough where you can see it, but I think you could see it here. There you go. So see how I'm hanging off my acrylic plates there? That's really all I need to do. So when I guide this into my machine, either this way or this way, whichever you prefer, but I like to go this way, I'm just gonna guide that in nicely, right? I have it in place, and then I'm just gonna, I need my other hand. Hold on, ladies. Let me make sure that's in. Okay. Why isn't this going? There we go. Okay, I didn't have it pushed in enough. And then just guide it through. And then, so you can do this with any size of the banners, okay? So now when you take this out, okay, this is what you're left with. See? You just have this piece here. All right, so this is what I do. I haven't watched videos on how people are doing it out there. I just like try to figure things out sometimes, but this is what I do. I snip off each side. Okay, so now that's what I'm left with. Hopefully that's good for you to see. Okay, that's where I snip off each side. Then I'm gonna come in with my paper trimmer. Now I'm making a mess over here. I'm going to come in with a paper trimmer. This is one I just have close by hand here. And then what I do is, I know this is where my trimmer on this trimmer cuts, right? So I'm just going to line up where I made that cut already. Take that piece off, flip it over, do the same thing. Now, look at the size of my banner. So this now is about 10 3/4. So now I have a 10 3/4 inch banner. So from here, if I needed this to be for my layout in 8-inch banner, okay, I would just do that and snip it off. Or if I were creating a page, right, I would just slide it under a piece of cardstock or another layer and then use whatever size banner that I needed. So that's pretty cool with these banners, and just a quick demonstration. Now, I don't need to sit here and cut 20 banners out with you, right? Like one demonstration, you get it, but I just want to show you different sizes. So this was number 14. This was that small, the smallest one, right? So here I cut it. I let it hang off a little bit. I'll just show you again how I make the banner. I snip each side. That's what I'm left with. I'm going to bring in my trimmer. This is just what I want to show again. Line that up on where your paper trimmer trims. And then we have, this is about a 5.5 inch banner that if I'm card making, or if I want to put this on a scrapbook page, and then again, I can cut this to whatever length I want. So that's how on this layout, I pretty much was using this was my 12 by 12 DSP, but I cut it down to 6 by 6. So my squares I was using was 6 by 6. And then I cut all my banners were about a 5 3/4 when I cut them out. And all I did was just tuck them up under this page. And then I just added a piece of glitter strip just to seal all that off. So that is how you use the banners. Now, again, here's another one. So if I wanted this size, so I just love this set because you get lots of different banners. And this would be the size that it cuts out if you didn't extend it, right? So those are just nice sizes as well. Now, what I want to show you, because I I think I showed you enough of the banners. I want to show you how to make, and then I'll get to the layout. I'm not going to make this. I'm just going to show you a demonstration how to get the banner card. So what you would want to do, here it is. So you would just take like your 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, cut that right down, right in half. So it's 4 1/4 by 11, right? So that's what you start out with. Then you're going to score that piece of paper, that cardstock, right in the middle, 5 1/2. Okay, so now that's your next step. Third step is going to get out your banner that you want to use. So for this card, this is banner number. So for our A2 size cards, let me give you, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's banner 4, right? So now I'm going to show you my sandwich. All right. So when you make this card, this is now where you just want the tip of your die to hang off your card. You don't want to cut the top of your card. Okay. So if you want to just lay it right there, I would just put it down on your surface, right? I would grab a piece of washi, put that down at the top and the bottom, okay? Now I'm going to run this through my machine, make sure that stays. I hope they come out with a magnetic plate. Okay, I'm going to run this through my machine, and then I'll bring it back over. So now, when you take this off, you are left with a banner card. Okay, and then just to get your layers for the inside and the top here, just use the next size down, right? So that would be 5. So to make this card, it's banner 4 and 5. Okay, so I hope that helps. Showed you a little ideas how to use these banners. Let me clean up my work surface, and then I will get to my layout to show you what I made. And we're going to play with some ink. Y'all know me, who've seen me. I know you've all watched me before. I love to play with inks. And years ago when we first started these, I hated inking. Hated. I always used to say, Anne-Marie and Rosemary, they are the inking queens. Nope, now I love it. Every project I have inking. Okay, so here's, let me bring in the template again that I'm trying to follow. Here it is. Okay. So this is the challenge, right? So I took in those banners. Again, I could have made them easily, but I wanted to use my banners. So this is my right page. Let me come up a little bit more. Okay. All right. So this is my right page. And here I use the Utterly Adorable. I think that's the name of it. Yeah. Utterly Adorable DSP. So although this is super adorable, I have no reason to have otters, but the back sides of all the paper are like water themed. So pools and ocean and fish. And this is like all different sea glass and sea rocks. And so for me, it's the back side of the paper that I loved. And I used every piece but the back side, not anything with the otters. So here is what I did. So here I have like longer banners. So this one is about 8 inches. This one right here, 7. This one, 6. And 7.5. So I just did various sizes of the banners. And then this is what I did some smushing. So if you remember smushing, right? We've done it before. We've all played with the ink like this, but I want to bring this up just a little bit more. But it's just fun to bring things back, right? That we haven't done for a long time. So I'm just going to create the, this is the left side of my page. I'm going to create the right side of my page and just kind of walk you through what I did. So we didn't have measurements on this, right? And I am a very visual person, but I figured out, I thought it was about 2.5 by 12. So that's what my top piece is, 2.5. And then I cut a strip of 1/2 by 12. Then I had some glitter. This is beautiful glitter. I think this might have been mist. This is from my CTMH stash. And this is 3/8 by 12. I cut that strip. I pop dotted my, what do you call these? My photo holders, photo placeholders, because I like to do that on the pretty peacock, which is also the color of my letters here, backed with that glitter. I'll show you, I know you all know how to do this, I'm sure, but just a fun trick to do with those letters. So we'll do one of those. And truly, all I did, let me hold this up. So I just offset the pretty peacock with that pretty glitter paper. So all you do for that is, I just glued them together, right? They're all done, but I'm going to do one with you. You just offset exactly what it says. So how little or how much of that glitter you want to show. That's all you do, is just adhere those two together. So that's what I did there. I have some of these holographic resin dots. I pulled out from my stash. What did I use? Oh, here they are right here. Seaside Wishes. I don't know if, I don't think this one's available anymore, but this is one I will keep forever and ever because I absolutely love the 3D embossing hybrid folder. And if you didn't get this, you missed out, but this is where you have to realize that online exclusives and all those things Anne-Marie was talking about, it's not in the catalog, and this was an amazing set. Seaside Wishes, and this is what it cuts out. I love these sand dollars, so that's that. So I used that, and I also used Ocean Friends to get some of that coral. So I cut all those pieces out. We're just going to adhere them down, and then I just have some banners. So here's my banners, and these are the back sides of the paper, right? So different lengths again, and that's it. All right, so let's adhere these letters together because it'll take a minute to dry. So like I said, I just have my green glue here. I'm just going to put some glue on the back side. Where's my third hand? Okay, and then I just, where I liked it, I think that is pretty good. That's it. Just give that a good rub and then set it to dry. See? All right, put that on the side to dry. And now now that my glass mat is totally covered with my junk, which I had all intentions of bringing it over, we're just going to use some scrap paper. Let me just get some out because I don't want to make a huge mess. All right. Hold on. Let me check the puppy cam. Make sure he's still sleeping. Okay. We're good. We're good. Okay. All right. So I just really, I'll move that around. Okay. So what I have is I just have a plastic bag. I think my tear and tape came in here. So you can use Ziploc bags, anything your hand fits inside. And I have 2 inks that are pulled from the palette that's for this color of the DSP, which is Balmy Blue and Pool Party. That's what I'm going to use to make my splotching. And I will go through, let me see if I have any questions. Hold on. You could also just make one plate lower than the other. Yep. There's a few, like I said, Amanda, there's so many ways, and I'm sure people are doing it so many different ways, but I was just playing around and figured it out. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I don't think I'll go back through all these, and if I missed you, I will definitely get back. So Michelle, smushing, that's what we're going to do right now. We're just smushing some ink on the paper. Exactly what it sounds like. Super easy. I love it. Glitter behind the letters. Yep. Okay. All right. So like I said, I just have a plastic bag here. And I have my 2 inks that I'm just going to open up. And I also have a water spritzer bottle. So you want to have a water spritzer. So all I'm going to do is I am going to first, I guess I'm going to start with the Balmy Blue. Doesn't matter. I'm going to smush my hand in it. Okay, so now I have ink on my plastic. I'm going to spritz it with water. And I'm going to just squeeze my hand around. Okay, so I'm going to move my dots here. And all I'm going to do is start smushing. Okay. I'm going to use the other side. Do the other color. Spray. So it doesn't matter. It's as little or as much as you want. So I'm just flipping my, just so I can go color to color so I'm not contaminating anything. Squeezing my hand together. And just splashing all around. Now I'm making water. I've done this and the theme of my paper wasn't even water and it just looked so good. So any colors. So just squeeze your hand together. And this is going to be my last pass. I think that's enough. Now from here, if you have like a shimmer brush and I would like even splat some green, deep green into that, or even black or glitter. All right, I'm gonna throw my plastic away. I've used it enough. So that is really all there is to smushing. Did I get my surface dirty? No, I'm good. Okay, and it doesn't really take that long for this to dry, but that is my water effect. All right, so now let me just make sure I'm in frame here, and I'll start putting this together. Thank you, thank you. You are very welcome. I'm glad you're liking this. Okay, I'm good. I gotta get a different stand. I'm gonna go up a little more. All right, so first what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start building my page. Actually, I can move down. So I'm just gonna build here. I'm just gonna use my tape runner. I have multiple tape runners in front of me because they all tend, Anne-Marie will probably agree with this, that when you go live, they all tend to start to run out. Okay, so I just put my top, so that's my top piece. Next, I am going to put down this piece right here at my craft mat. I love the silicone craft mat. This is another one of my favorite tools. I hope they come out with more tools. Stampin' Up does have some great tools, the ones that they have. Like the embossing machine. I have multiple embossing machines, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but I have them for different reasons, right? My die cuts go through one machine, but my 3D embossing folders, oh my God, the Stampin' Up one is butter. As you saw, my plates were not, my 3 plates, acrylic plates, were just had banner marks in them because I only use that machine pretty much to 3D emboss. Okay, I'm gonna put my glitter strip on top of that. So if you created this layout already, but just think of the next time you want to, it's a very duplicatable layout that you could use over and over again, but you know, make some water. It's summer, right? Pool, water, ocean, beach. We all have all those pictures. All right, so now I'm gonna just start, since I cut mine down to size, I don't need to tuck them underneath. I'm just gonna butt them right up there. I'm just gonna start laying them out, following a similar design pattern of my other page, but these are just a little bit different sizes. Okay, and then we're gonna put this down here. Okay, I think that's how we're gonna do this side. I think that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna start building and putting my layers down. Look at that. I mean, the paper is super cute, but I just didn't have a need. But I certainly have beach and pool pictures. And now you're gonna start seeing me make puppy layouts. All right. So that one's gonna go there. This one's gonna go here. Okay. Like, oh, that's a little uneven. All right. And I know Anne-Marie mentioned this morning, it's so hot, right? My husband and I have been saying this. I know it's hot everywhere, right? But I'm sorry. I've lived in Florida. This is my 9th. I made 9 years in May. Memorial Day weekend was 9 years that I moved here. And this has got to be the hottest summer. I mean, we are praying, even though we don't have like fall or winter or anything, but like November. We're like praying for November to come. We cannot wait. And usually it's, so it can be 80 degrees. Really like December, January is beautiful where I live. It's like 70 during the day. Okay, I got my banners down. Definitely the hottest later. I know we don't even want to go outside. And my pool is like a bathtub. Tomorrow, I said to my husband, Sunday's our only day off together. And I said to him, I said, I feel like I'm getting pale. I need color. I need to lay out in the pool tomorrow. I said, I'm doing 2 hours, but I'm just staying in the pool the whole time and not even on a raft. You need to be in the bathtub, basically. You're just sitting in a bathtub. That's all it is. All right, where is my photo mats? I wanted to put the 4x4 in the middle and then 2 3x3s on the end. I think that looks cute, right? Okay, so I'm going to adhere those down. Just like that. All right, and that one in the middle. I'm just using my favorite one, Michelle, off Amazon. It's some Chinese brand. I don't even know how to say it, to be honest with you. But like I said, I have all, here's my little, look at what's in front of me, everything. I have all the different glues, right? As a crafter, we have to have different glues. I'm sorry, I cannot just use one brand of tape runner, one brand. I have so much stuff. Sorry. It's just how it goes. I feel, you know, I like liquid glue for this, and I like, you know, and it might be green glue if I'm working with certain cardstock. It might be, you know, the fine tip glue if I'm just working with little embellishments. Or where's my other favorite glue? This, this Nuvo glue, if I'm working with glitter. Like, it just depends. So I can never just use like one glue. And I try like everybody's glue or adhesive, tape runner, whatever. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, definitely too hot to be outside for sure. So is that how you get your exercise into, Iris? You're killing two birds. You're running from one air-conditioned place to the next. All right, so I think I'm just going to follow along here. Let me just put my my letters. So I did pop these up. So I need to put some foam. Maybe I should use my thinner. Okay, where's mine? I can probably put some. I can use straight. These are pretty straight. And this is like the same size. So I'm going to use my foam tape for these. I have some fun pictures from when we went down to the Keys for my husband's birthday. We were snorkeling. I was going to print out the pictures and have them ready to go, but my Epson printer decided to run out of ink. So I was like, all right, there goes that idea. So in my nightly Amazon order, because I feel like I order from Amazon every single day. I used to say Publix took all my money. Now it's Amazon takes all my money. I have to get some. All right. So boat life. So again, I have some boat pictures. And then here are those great pieces that I love. And my crab, I need a glue dot because I'm going to put my crab coming out of the seagrass here. Maybe we'll have them on the top. So all I did was put a glue dot and then stuck it to, just so it looks like he's coming out of there. And this is where this mat is worth its money and gold, because when you have these little intricate pieces here, and but you have to be gentle, right? So I always hold and like I lightly go like this, but I don't know about you, I hate when adhesive shows in all your little pieces, and that's what these silicone mats are awesome for, because it doesn't stick to where it shouldn't. And if you get like liquid glue or anything in here, you just rub your finger and it comes right off. It balls up and comes right off. Okay, so I want to put that. Yeah, I guess we're just going to make the same thing, right? This layout should kind of look the same. All right, so I want to put there, this big one here, and that over there. And we're gonna put, what did we work? Maybe we'll tuck this under there for now. This there. Okay, we're gonna go do it like that. Okay, so I'll just show you some tricks I do. When I want to pop something up between two pictures, I use foam, and I just put the foam where I want it. I know this is gonna cover that up, right? I know I can put two of them right here. It'll cover that up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double layer these. So when you double layer, I'm taking one layer off and I'm putting another one on top. So now I've double layered my foam. You can triple, whatever you want. Okay, so now this is higher and it won't obstruct my pictures, stick to them or anything. So that's just a little trick that I like to do. And then there's no glue or anything. Your pictures could go under there nicely. Then what I did was I took this one, the small one, and I just cut it in half. Okay, because I wanted one here. And then I could just nicely tuck this one under there and no one will ever know that that's a half, right? And again, I'm going to use my little silicone sheet here, and I'm going to, and I saw I used my wrong glue. Okay, we're going to go just till those edges are covered, just like that. I'm going to put, and I could still get under there, so I'm just tucking that in. Same thing here. Just like that. Cute. All right. Over here, did I pop this one? Or yeah, I did pop that. We're going to double pop this one too. So I could also do this with foam tape if I wanted to. So I'll show you if I use tape. Just take off one layer and then kind of get like similar size. I'm a good eyeballer. So now you have double foam, all right? So I did that a little bit closer. I'm gonna put that right there. And then we're gonna hang this guy off a little bit to the side. So I only want half glue, just like that. And it's okay that nothing's here. If this was solid, I would put a piece of adhesive down, but totally fine. And then I did put foam dot in the middle. All right, and then to finish off, I love these holographic resin dots. I'm not sure if they're still available. I do have to check because obviously I want more, because they're great to use any color paper, designer, Sears paper or cardstock you're using. I think because it's the holographic, it works with it, okay? I'm not putting like a purple gem on blue paper, even though that might work, but this would work with any colors, if that makes sense. And Marty, the mat, is that this mat I think you're asking for? That's our silicone craft sheet. I think it's like $6, but it's a really great tool that we have. But silicone craft sheet, that should get you there. All right, Kara hibernates. Oh, girl, you don't hibernate. You're all over the map, you and your crafty friends. Agree about glue. That's right, girl. We need lots of different glues. All right, so I'm going to put, where's my, I don't know. I lost it. My desk is a mess. All right, so I'm just going to put some dots. I think I used some big ones here. I put one in the middle. Let's put one up top. No rhyme or reason, just like to use gems. And then I used a medium and a small on both edges here. Right here. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked all the little tips that I showed you. Some ideas to use those banners if you wanted to pick them up, and the letters. I mean, it's a great bundle. It's something that you'll want in your stash for a very long time. And I didn't even scratch the surface yet on making a real birthday banner. And there's a lot of videos out there. I know lots of ladies have done them already, but I love to make banners for my family when it's their birthday. So I'm going to try that and make like some triple layered banners. My husband is a boater, so I think this would be great paper to make his birthday banner and keep every year. But now that I'm looking at this on my screen, I need something here and here. So I don't know what that is yet, but I do need something there because the title is just too small. I think everything else came out great. I like it. I hope you like it. I hope you like the smushing. If smushing is new to you, awesome. Give it a try. If you haven't done it in a while, it's fun, right? So just mix some colors together to match your cardstock. Just think, if I wasn't doing banners, if I was just doing like some layers and some strips, whatever, my white cardstock in the background could be whatever two colors I pulled from the designer paper that I'm using, right? So just think of that. It's just water because it's working for my theme, but it doesn't have to be water. So, all right, ladies, thanks for joining. I hope you have a great day. Next up, we'll be playing bingo. Lunch is at 11:45, and then see you at 1 o'clock for bingo. And then later in the afternoon, Amory will be back with a really, really fun triangle project. Bye now. Have a great day, everyone.